People love to say that the human body is a biological masterpiece, a perfect, finely tuned machine created by millions of years of evolution. But if you actually look at the blueprints of the human body, you realize we are basically held together by duct tape and bad engineering. Let's start with the absolute dumbest design flaw: your throat. Inside your neck, you have two tubes, one for breathing air and one for eating food. Logically, these two extremely different systems should be separated, right? Nope. Evolution decided to place the air intake tube directly next to the garbage disposal. They both share the exact same entry point at the back of your mouth. The only thing stopping you from inhaling a piece of steak and dying is a tiny, flimsy flap of skin called the epiglottis. If that one tiny flap misses the timing by a fraction of a second, you literally choke. Dolphins don't have this problem. They breathe out of a separate hole on their head. But human beings? We risk a fatal system crash every time we eat a peanut. And unfortunately, that is just the beginning of the biology roast. Let's talk about back pain. Almost every adult human on Earth gets back pain. To understand why, you have to remember that our ancestors used to walk on 4 legs. A quadruped animal's spine acts like a horizontal suspension bridge. It's an incredible feat of engineering that perfectly distributes weight. But human beings decided they wanted to stand upright. So, evolution took that perfect horizontal bridge and tipped it completely on its end. You are basically walking around with a biological Jenga tower in your back. Now, instead of gravity distributing weight across 4 pillars, gravity is relentlessly crushing all of your vertebrae directly straight down. To stop us from falling over, nature bent our spine into an S shape, which acts like a shock absorber, but creates massive structural weak points. So one day, you simply lean over to pick up a dropped pencil, and pop! The jelly discs between your bones squirt out like a squeezed donut. Evolution didn't fix the design, it just put a band-aid on a broken bridge. Which is why, by age 30, you need a special pillow just to sleep without suffering. But surely our eyes are perfect, right? We have incredible high-definition vision. The eye works just like a digital camera. Light hits a sensor in the back, called the retina. But whoever wired the human camera should have been fired instantly. In any logical camera, the wiring goes behind the sensor. But in the human eye, the optic nerve wires are placed completely backward. It is the equivalent of plugging in your TV and then draping the thick power cables directly across the screen. Because the wires are in front, they eventually have to pass through the back of the eye to reach the brain. This creates a literal hole in your retina where there are absolutely 0 light sensors, meaning every human being has a permanent, gaping blind spot in both eyes. So why don't you see 2 black holes floating in the air right now? Because your brain realizes the hardware is garbage, and it constantly runs a software patch. Your brain rapidly photoshops the blind spots by just guessing what is supposed to be there. By the way, squids and octopuses evolved their eyes completely separately from us, and they got it right. Their wires are in the back. They have no blind spots. Congratulations! The apex predator of Earth has worse optical engineering than calamari. Okay, time for the final roast. Getting a head cold. Inside your skull, you have empty spaces called sinuses. They make mucus to trap dust. That mucus is supposed to drain out so your head stays clear. The largest ones are the maxillary sinuses, located right behind your cheeks. Since gravity pulls things down, where do you think the drainage hole for these cheek cavities is located? At the very bottom, right? Wrong. Evolution placed the drainage hole for your maxillary sinuses at the very top of the chamber. It literally has to drain upwards, fighting against the powerful force of gravity. This is the equivalent of a plumber installing your sink drain right next to the faucet at the top of the basin. So when you get sick and produce extra mucus, it can't drain. It just pools at the bottom of your cheeks and turns into a stagnant, infected swamp. The pressure builds up behind your face until it feels like a brick is resting on your eyes. Why did this happen? Because once again, A dog's face points down, so its sinuses drain forward naturally. But when humans stood up on two legs, our faces tilted back, moving the drain to the ceiling. Thanks to evolution, we are the only species that get sinus infections just from standing up. So, if you enjoyed watching me roast millions of years of human evolution, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.